Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Anyways Moving Forward with Libby, where we talk about life, self love, self work, and anything that might help you move forward in business, in your relationship, as a parent, or wherever you are in your life right now.
Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Anyway Moving Forward. Everyone is a very special guest here because we are very intentional with who we bring in here. And in this episode, I'm going to bring here a very special person. She is known as the Rebel at 40. Huh? Hindi nyo akalain na 40s na pala siya because of her high energy. And I've met her mga way back, how many years? 2 to 3 years ago. I'm not even sure when. What is time? And since then, I've been hooked with her. She's been truly an inspiration for me aside from being a mother. She also plays a lot of roles in her lifetime. And it's really an honor for me to have her here because aside sa na-inspire niya ako, she has also inspired so much people, not only here in the Philippines, also abroad. So without further ado, let us all welcome Miss Chinie!
May audience impact. Audience impact. Hi, Liv. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss Chin. I'm really honored to have you here. But before we start, can you introduce yourself to everybody?
Hi, I'm Chinie Go. Sa iba ako sa
Sa cam.
Hi, I'm Chinie Go and I'm a mom of 2. Lagi ako niloko ng anak ko. Hashtag mom of 2, Ageless Rebel, and I'm a holistic wellness coach. Yun yung current hat ko right now.
Okay, different hats.
I wear different hats and during my lifetime or this lifetime, so right now, yun yung gusto kong i-focus.
How many lifetimes do you have, Miss Chin?
Hindi ko alam, para akong pusa. I'm like a cat.
Also, energy hindi na mamatay.
Oo eh.
Anyway,
So, yeah.
It's an honor to have you here. I know a lot of people are excited to hear your insights aside from being an inspiration. Today is going to be a very different topic than the usual.
I'm excited. I'm grateful to be here. And like what you said, we met through one of your live interviews and it just started from there. And ito na, we're here. Finally.
Finally, nag-match
finally.
talaga yung aming energy. In a sense, na energy talaga yung pinag-uusapan. And I guess what I really love about you is you're not just a face for me, aside from being, the way that you present yourself, it's very inspirational and very confident. Energetic-wise, it's really, you'll feel a person kasi through energy, and I feel really light with you. Anyway, without further ado, let's go to the topic, which is dealing with, ngayon lang namin napag-isipan.
Going back, right back at you.
Going back to the topic, it's about dealing with challenging people.
Okay.
Yeah, dealing with challenging people. Of course, we go through, we meet a lot of people in life,
Yes.
especially sa'yo, like where you are right now. So, first question, if you encounter, yun na yun, diretso na tayo.
Grabe yun. Walang break, walang pause. No
Walang
pause.
pahinga,
Direct
straight to the point. Mga walang BS tayo dito.
Okay, let's do it.
How do you deal with challenging people, Miss Chin?
So, are we talking about narcissists?
Ay, pwede yun.
Direct to
I
the
love
point?
that. Narcissist.
Are we? Yes.
Yeah. So that's like, aside from that, there are a lot of topics where that gusto ko talagang pag-usapan.
I think yun na yung isa sa pinaka-end ng one of the hardest people to deal with is narcissism. So,
Tell us about it. Kasi like, what's a narcissist and what's your experience about it, yun?
so I'm not a professional, but I've gone through the experience and the challenges, the challenging moments with a narcissistic person. And one of the major things that I've learned about narcissism is there's 2 types of narcissism. So there's like, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not sure if there's just 2. But one is learned from childhood.
Ito, makinig kayo, guys.
Oo. And next is parang it's genetics. They were born like there's something missing mentally. When as a person, meron talagang kulang sa kanila.
So, pinag-aralan mo talaga
Oh,
ito, Miss
I
Chin?
went through that. I've tried to, because once you're unaware that you are dealing with a narcissist, it really fucks up your head.
Yes.
Because you're like, is this real?
Like parang, is it
Oh,
even possible?
is this even possible? How people have zero emotions towards other people, or they can just pretend like nothing happened? Gaslight.
Yan.
Yan yung isa sa pinaka major word ng narcissism is gaslighting. They really literally would tell you that you're the one who's going crazy
The problem,
for them.
yes,
Yeah, you're
yes.
the problem. Instead of them taking accountability dun sa ginawa nila sa'yo, what they did to you. So if you're in your right mind, or you're kind of like on the weak end of your emotion, you're really gonna get attached to that narcissistic behavior.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's hard because when I dealt with those people, it's not just one, it's a bunch of people.
Oh my God, I can imagine.
It's like a cult. It's like a horror story.
Oh, tell us
Yeah.
about that.
And I learned it once I got out of the situation. And then it's like I questioned myself, how did I get myself involved, and
that.
why wasn't I aware?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, because as a person, we have like emotions where if we hurt someone,
Yeah.
we feel bad. But with narcissistic
Behavior.
person with narcissism like that,
Ikaw yung...
they don't feel anything.
Yeah.
It's gonna just reflect na ikaw yung may problema, hindi ko iti-take accountable yan. Ikaw yung may problema dito sa sitwasyon.
It's not
they
me,
never,
it's you.
it was never them. Kasi lahat naman tayo, meron tayong mga narcissistic personality eh.
Yes.
Lahat tayo. Pero yung sa kanila kasi, sakit na siya eh. So, sakit siya talaga. So, merong narcissistic, the only way na pag-diagnose ka with narcissism, talagang you will go through a phase where you are gonna deal with doctors your whole life.
So meron din talagang
Yes.
doc.
Kasi hindi sila aware eh. So, yung doctor yung mag-guide sa kanila.
And the problem is if they will surrender to a doctor, diba? Because tama nga sila.
100% yan.
Yes.
So, merong mga advocates na diagnosed with narcissism, and they will teach you and they will tell you how they respond, how they act. And even those advocates are still with therapists
Yes.
guiding them through.
True.
Which is good kasi yung iba, yan, na-diagnose lang sila nung may partner na sila, or may nangyaring hindi okay. And they are so open kasi they do not understand people's emotions and why people are acting that way towards them. So, yung ibang narcissistic people kasi, para sa kanila, sila lang yung tama. Sila yung parang they were born with so much ego. So once you hit their ego,
wala na.
ikaw na talaga yung mali.
Yeah.
As in, ikaw na yung i-victimize nila.
So, Miss Chin, you were saying that hindi mo alam how it came about. So, if you were to look back now on where you are, paano nangyari that you were, you were involved in narcissistic people? How did it all happen? Like, how was
I guess, like, I was also in a situation where I was learning about myself. So parang I was letting everybody in, and meron akong
exploring, parang ganon?
Hindi, meron akong Wonder Woman syndrome. Superhero.
Ito na yung stop saving people.
Stop saving people. So nandun ako sa phase ng buhay ko na yun. So I just kept letting people in, and then yun, up until I stumbled upon
A person.
a person, then apparently it's a behavioral thing. So apparently yun na, nung natapos yung phase ko na yun, I've learned about the action itself. Nag-open up na rin yung mga coaches about narcissistic personalities. It's a disorder. Yun nga. Nakita ko na, oh my gosh, the whole dynamic was narcissistic.
And hindi ka talaga manalo.
Hindi ka mananalo, and ikaw mismo, yung energy ng mga taong narcissistic na meron talagang problema, iba.
Like how do you
Iba
mean?
yung
Like
feeling.
when you were there in their presence, like how
It
is the
felt
dynamic?
so icky. Because it felt everything was unreal. Everything is just a facade.
And you'll feel it.
And you'll feel it. If you'll definitely feel the energy that it's all a facade.
So is it
They talk differently behind you.
Yes.
And in front of you.
Ah.
And there's this ego that they feel like they're
Yeah.
self-proclaimed
So familiar.
kings and queens.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like you have to
Bow down.
down.
Like
kasi
they're-
sila yung self-proclaimed.
Sila yung magaling, and
Yeah.
then like they're very good at presenting themselves.
Yeah, very good in marketing, very good in sales, manipulation. Oh my
magaling sila
Lord.
sa harap, pero pag talikod, ayun na yung,
Yeah. So, bibenta ka ng buong buo kapag nakatalikod ka. Pero in front of you, they're like,
Yeah.
they will, you will feel the energy where they're trying to, you know,
I know.
pull everything away from you.
There's a lot of people who are going through the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about so when did you realize na parang wait lang, something is wrong? What happened there? What was the turning point na, hindi na kaya, parang ganun.
Ano siya it's not just for me, marami nang involved. So
Ay,
parang
yes,
ako,
yes.
kasi ako rin yung tipo ng tao na mapasensya ako, pero pag tapos na, naubos na, ayoko na.
Yeah.
So yun na yung turning point ko na ayoko nang may ibang taong involved.
Yeah.
And it's, ako kaya ko, pero yung mga taong na involved na hindi naman, they didn't sign up for this situation. It was my call. It was my, it was my weakness. So I have to make sure ako rin yung mag-exit.
Mag-create ng way out.
Yes.
Yeah, so are they like parang for you possessive in a sense, like, or are they
Hindi,
someone?
they're possessed. Ewan ko kung ilang demons yung nasa katawan ng mga... Sorry, guys.
Tsaka, yun ba yung type na parang ayaw nila na mas magaling ka sa kanila?
Yeah. As in, they get jealous of, they get
I
jealous
remember
of
so
your...
many people.
Yeah. It's like they get jealous of all your wins. They're never satisfied with, it needs to always about them. It's
can
not like a
imagine.
self-love thing. That
It's a
I need it.
sobrahan. Yeah,
It's
it's very
about me.
selfish.
Now, this is a selfish act.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember so many people. So, how did you deal with these challenged and challenging people, the narcs?
One of the best advice that I got, because I'm following that
Sino
a
yun?
diagnosed
Diagnosed.
narcissist, he said the only way to really get back, not really get back, but to touch the ego of a narcissist is zero contact.
Yun.
Because regardless if you're throwing in positive and throwing in negative, they love it because in their head, you're so attached to them.
I get that. I get the same experience. Yeah.
So this video, I'm probably sure if they see this, they're gonna feel like they're so...
attack.
No, they don't.
They're
That I'm still
glorified.
into them
I love
they're
it.
so
I
glorified.
love it. That's yun na yan. That's
Yeah,
yours.
but you know what? This is about awareness. So if you know me and you know about the people I'm talking about, run away. Pass.
That was a conversation we actually had
Yeah.
during lunchtime. And then it's like, oh my God, akala ko ako lang. And then I realized, okay, so same sila.
Ang
that's-
daming unaware about that. So I'm telling you, when you feel something off or something weird with the energy, at na-feel nyo na may narcissistic behavior, run. Fast. Hindi ko alam paano ka empathize yung fast.
Pero Miss Chin, like, aside from that, which I already know the answer anyway, does it also show sa environment, how they dress up, or how their houses look like, or their rooms, or the people around them, or their cars, does it show, or parang tahimik lang sila,
Ay,
or...
hindi sila they're very loud.
Oh.
They're very loud. They're very, peke. Very fake. I don't know. But we don't know it. Kasi there's, we all have different jobs. We all have different,
And we
lifestyles.
fake too sometimes, eh?
Yeah.
Pero like, how? Like, how different?
It's just
Extreme.
that icky energy. I mean,
feel
a lot
that.
of people understands na the concept of having an icky energy. Yung parang
Yeah.
pag nakita mo, parang, wait lang, parang may mali.
May mali sa
Ano yun eh? Gut instinct yun.
Yeah.
And you have to trust that. Yun yung mali ko. I did not trust my gut instinct because I was trying to save everyone.
And it's not, saving everyone is
Yeah,
not actually.
it's not healthy, guys.
Yeah.
Just so you know, hindi tayo si Jesus na ipapako sa krus.
What have you learned about saving people though?
Nothing. I've learned nothing but heartaches and heartbreaks. Because the energy was not coming from abundance.
Scarcity and fear.
Yeah, it's coming from scarcity, fear, pain. What are the other words that we've been using lately?
Hate.
Hindi hate eh. More on the...
Desperation.
Parang it's all coming from my personal wounds.
Of like, I wanted to mother the child in me before that wasn't mothered, so at the same time, it's gonna give...
It's not coming from a good space. Because it's also different when you're trying to support people. It's coming from the extra amount that you have. But coming from nothing, and coming from nothing and then you're giving, there's nothing left inside.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you full of regrets.
True. That feeling na it's not aligned with ano. So when do you know parang for you, like when do you know when to save people and when do you stop?
I've learned that when they're not asking, you do not just come in and butt in and, maging marites sa buhay nila.
True.
Leave them alone. Leave them be. If they come to you, you're open, your energy is open, you have space, you have time, do it. 100%.
Yes.
No expectation, not transactional.
Correct.
But if they do not accept it, or they just want to listen, or they just want you to listen, you don't do anything. Let them be. That's my one of my mantras to, like, this season. Let them be.
I love that.
Because we're not, kaya palagi yung sasabi, mind your own business.
Correct. Correct.
Right? If they're not asking for it,
Yeah.
or nag-ask sila tas paulit-ulit, they keep repeating, pay me.
Correct. Kasi
That's
energy.
my aside from that being my profession, that's my energy.
Time and resources
Yeah,
and
so
skills.
kung hindi ka susunod, tanong ka lang ng tanong.
Huwag ka na lang.
Wag na
Bayaran
tayo
mo.
mag-usap. And right now, I'm seriously respecting my own time, my
Correct.
own energy.
Yeah.
It's because basically yun nga, kalat eh, bigay mo lang lahat, sige, okay lang.
And it took time din for you to learn that, right? Like, a lot of setbacks, a lot of people in between, and for you to be able to say na, I had enough.
Yeah.
Like, it's not an overnight process for you to be able
Even
to say.
now, I'm still, I'm still learning about
Yes.
all these things. It's not a...
Constant learners of
Oo,
life.
yeah.
What's your comment pala on that, Miss Chin? Constant learners of life. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Life is a constant learning. It's like you cannot stop. Because all our cells, our brain doesn't stop.
That's true.
So the only time it stops is when you're dead.
Even when you're
Even when you're dead nga, there's still like a few minutes that you're still alive.
That is true.
Up until it realizes your whole nervous system is gone. So it's also nice to progress while you're still alive. It's so nice to see things that you have not seen before, you have not learned before.
True.
Kasi mapapako ka eh pagka
Bigay ka lang.
pagka hindi wala kang alam, pagka bigay ka ng ganyan. Parang feeling ko nga one of the things that I guess I had to learn was dealing with narcissistic people, because now I get to help a lot of people
Dealing through it too.
dealing with narcissism. Diagnosed yung iba kasi talagang hindi diagnosed eh. Pero yung actions nila parang pang mental hospital na eh. Pang mental tsaka pang kulungan. Kulungan levels na. Totoo to
Oo, yeah.
Pero pinagtatanggol ng ibang tao kasi we were brought to be pagpasensyahan mo na.
Ganyan lang talaga
Pinatawad
yan.
na yun ni God.
Sorry na. Sorry na. Every time may kasalanan, napatawad na ni God. And that's really annoying. You know, if you're listening to this, I guess we have to bring light to that. Not just because you're being forgiven doesn't by God.
Wait lang, sino nag-forgive?
Si God, di ba? Sa belief nila.
So,
sa
parang
belief.
kayo may, paano kami?
You know, it doesn't give you an excuse to actually, you know, hurt other people as well, because that's when abuse happens, when you're so entitled na napatawad nga ako ni God, ikaw pa kaya, di ba? So, it's sort of an abuse for me, like,
It is an
yeah.
abuse.
It's not a sort of, it is an abuse of power.
It is an abuse. But that's the problem. We were trained to believe people that are self-proclaimed that they're talking to God. Pwede bang magising na tayo sa katotohanan? Sikbuloy, oh.
Ang dami.
Tagal nating dami na nabudol, oh. Hindi pa ba tayo titigil?
Yeah, ang dami, you know, like, and people are choosing to be blind with that. I guess because that's what works
There's a
for
lot
them.
of lack.
Yeah, that is true.
There's a lot of lack, and that's why it's so easy for people to get manipulated.
Yeah.
That's the whole problem, and we were always taught to respect people who preach about God. So a lot of manipulators uses God as an excuse for their budol.
And of course, like, the people na manipulate are those people who don't trust themselves, that they outsource.
I was that.
Yeah, me too. Like, that's me too
that.
before. And I don't, like, I only have compassion for that part of me before that only knew, diba, like that. Pero now that I see, parang, no way, like, I have to trust myself before trusting others. Kaya diba, we're just outsourcing that belief from other people, that we forget to believe in ourselves. And dyan tayo nagiging powerless because somebody else is taking our power.
Yeah.
Miss Jean? Yeah.
And it's really
Heartbreaking for me.
It is, no, but ang daming na victimize ng mga narcissists that sila yung nagsasuffer. Because they lost their identity. A diagnosed narcissist can literally put you, a diagnosed narcissist, or yun nga, yung hindi mo alam na narcissist na yung nadideal mo, can literally strip off your soul.
Yeah.
That's how demonic they are.
Yeah.
That's how soulless they are.
Yeah, and they don't know, right?
They know, but they thrive. But then, when you look at it, kunwari, na-diagnose, meron kasi talagang kulang sa brain nila. So, it's really hard because may kulang eh. Sorry. Parang, kunwari, kulang tayo ng kidney. Di ba, hindi tayo function well. So, wala ka magagawa.
True.
So, it's either you stay there or you leave.
Yeah. So, let that land, guys. It's either you stay there or you leave, because nothing really changes when nothing changes. If you already know that you're in a relationship where it's one-sided, hindi napapakinggan, the energy is just in this one person, then you have to decide whether this relationship is something that you want to stay on. Kasi people with narc will always leech on people who always give their power to you.
Yeah.
Right? And, you know, talking about that, Miss Jean, I know there are a lot of people who are going through the same things that you used to, you know, go through before. Like, what is your message for them?
Trust your instinct. I think most of the comments that I got, or from all the things that I read, the psychiatrists that they really mention most of the time is, there's that weird energy and you have to trust your instinct. Because the minute they get to leech on you, that's it. The problem with this one is, again, when you have a weak upbringing or a weak personality, that's where they thrive, and they will literally pull you out of your own sanity.
Yeah.
Like, literally. So, it's one of the most serious relationship advice that I could give you is, once you feel that, run.
Yes.
Past without looking back.
Yeah.
And then, zero contact. If you're in a relationship and then you just, broke up or left or whatever, zero contact.
Yeah.
Zero.
Because they would leech on
They
your...
will thrive with hate.
Yeah, everything.
And don't be fearful if they're gonna keep telling you or they're gonna scare you that they're gonna say all these things about you. You know why? People who loves you and trust you are the people who's gonna bring your soul back to you.
True.
And those people who is about them, let them
Let
be.
them go. Yeah. And that's coming from a person who has gone through
Yes.
a narc.
You have. Oh my God.
Yeah, and seeing her break through that is really, I guess, a gift for everyone. And not a lot of people are talking about that because of the fear of what if balikan ako,
Yeah.
what if ganito. Pero a lot of people are going
Kasi
through
totoo
that
yan,
thing.
binabalikan talaga. Binabalikan ng pananakot, as in, fear din, nagtatrive din sila sa pananakot.
Yes, because also people buy into fear. Yeah. So it's up to you now that you've heard about this, how can you equip, I guess for me, how can you equip yourself now with so much love and support from people so that when that happens to you, you're equipped na kaya mo na, wait lang, hindi na kita kailangan. Diba? So, yeah, that's a very huge thing, I guess, for everyone to hear about that. Yeah. Anything else, Miss Jean?
Yun lang. Nakakatakot sila. Nakakatakot talaga. Kasi damaging talaga siya eh. It's you need to go back to yourself once you encounter a narcissist.
And how does someone go back to themselves?
You just practice the self-love. You have to really go back to that self-love. You have to go back to your identity. You have to go back to relearning. Because they strip you off of who you are. So they can manipulate you the whole way.
You have unlearned so much that they got an identity of you. So what's that like?
Even they play with your fears. And that's a skill. To be honest, they're very good in marketing. So sa mga naghahanap ng magaling sa sales and marketing,
Hanap ka ng narc.
hanap kayo ng narc kasi wala silang puso. So kahit ano pa benta nyo sa kanila, bebenta nila basta magkapera sila. Walang puso, girl.
Yeah, true. Very
They don't give a
negative,
shit.
very
Basta
dirty.
may pera. So,
True.
again, gusto nyo lumaki yung sales nyo and marketing, hanap kayo ng narcissist.
Basta kasali yun sa questionnaires, no?
Kasama, are you a narcissist? Are you a diagnosed narcissist? Or sa HR, sabihin nyo, hanapin yung mga narcissist.
A question, Miss Chin, when you were trying to pull yourself out from that relationship, what was the thing that you did that really helped you gain back yourself?
I had to accept that I was in it. I had to accept that it was real. I had to accept that I lost myself. I lost in this battle. Because I was always told that I'm so strong, you're so strong, you can do this, and blah, 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 blah. So during that time, I'm like, I'm letting go, I'm giving up, and I would wanna know what I lost.
Yeah.
So that's when I started, journeying my self-love with being kind to myself. Yun, iyak lang ako ng iyak. Iyak ako.
Honoring the emotion.
Anong katangahan tong ginawa natin for today's video? Okay. Okay. Nag-shopping pala tayo for them. Good. Anong katangahan natin ginawa natin? Okay. Pala tayo? Nagpaka-toxic tayo kasi ginaya natin yung behavior. Go! Next.
Yeah.
You have to accept that you had to mimic.
Yeah.
Yun nga mag-end up kasi imimimik mo sila
Yeah,
So
true.
magiging toxic ka.
And at that time, it was what you needed to survive because
Yeah.
that was what love
was
for
saved.
you.
Yeah, that was what was love in that current situation, and
At that
that is
time.
what I've learned to protect protect myself and the people around me.
True. And at that
Toxicity,
time,
damaging brain cells,
Yeah.
horrific situations.
yeah. And at the same time, I guess I think it humbled you also with that kasi I guess if you didn't go through that, you wouldn't be able to have this parang, oh, you can't touch me now. Like, I know already. I've been through hell.
Jiu-jitsu.
I've been through hell.
Muay Thai.
Yeah. I guess another question, Miss Jean. what are you grateful for that experience? Like, what about it?
I don't want to be grateful for that experience. There's nothing to be grateful for. It's really a learning curve for me to not not or ano to to filter people that I let in my life.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big eye opener for me to also have boundaries for myself.
Yeah.
That's really when I learned boundaries for myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's I felt like because I was in that space of, you know, just
Giving.
yeah, give.
And that's you. That's you.
Yeah.
Like, that's who you are.
And now it's not even nice to hear that word na that's who you are, because at the end of the day that's not me.
It's
It
a
was
balance.
it was conditioning that I picked up, that I have to be that
The
way for
giver.
people to
receive love.
to receive love, but that's not me.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess for me, the way that I'm reflecting with your story, just I guess for me, there's just so much gratitude in the character that you've built along that. Because if that didn't happen, probably
Yeah, I'm
there'll-
still in.
there'll be more
Yeah.
abuse. And you know, as I know Miss Chin now, she's very straightforward. She knows what she wants. And at the same time, she can pick herself up like, wait lang, parang familiar. I know what to do next.
Parang you get to identify now. I've never dealt with a narcissist before.
And it's very extreme. Like,
It's literally different. That's what I'm saying. The usual people with behaviors, you know, that it's just normal. But this one, it's different.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and upon learning about it, again, it can run in a household, or it can be an individual,
Yeah.
or an individual that runs the household.
It's
And,
passed on to
yeah,
generations.
yeah.
Which is really
So
sad.
that's the dynamic.
Yeah, I get it.
It's a very fascinating
Experience.
experience.
I guess, yeah. And for me, I guess you wouldn't really go through that if hindi ka talaga matapang. Kaya ang iba nun, probably, nandun pa din.
Marami. Ang daming ganun. Ang dami I was talking about this a few years ago. Dami pala na hindi nakakaalam, na nakaka-relate na, ay, ganito din. Oo. Ang daming lalo na sa abusive relationships. Mostly sa abusive relationships kasi yun nga, pag diagnose na hindi alam, wala silang pakialam eh.
Yeah.
They don't
It
give
just
a
goes
shit
on.
kahit dumudugo ka na dyan, mamamatay ka na. They don't see it as something na naaawa
Parang
sila.
ano lang yan, hindi ko pa naman patay.
Oo,
Parang
hindi ka
nag-gaslight.
papatay.
Oo.
Hindi ka papatay, ba't ka nagko-complain?
Yeah.
Diba? Yung isa na lang yung hinga mo. Ganon.
Yeah,
Hindi ka
felt that.
papatay eh. Huwag ka mag-complain. Yan. So, most of the people who is inside the violent relationship, that's most likely a narcissist.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's happening. Yeah, and that's why we're doing
It's real.
this. We're doing this. I guess when I heard Miss Chinie talk about that, I really resonated a lot. Kaya I didn't realize that I was in it before and now I'm out of it. I'm really grateful that I get to get out of that ba. And having that parang, I guess it was a confirmation that, okay, so this happens. And this also needs to stop.
It's
And,
real.
and it can't be stopped if we just stay silent. And that's why this podcast is all about that. Like, you're not alone on this journey ba. And you can do something about it. And maybe this is just for awareness for everyone na you can get out of that. You know?
And then yan, one of the things that they usually say is, nobody would love you the way that I'm the only person. Yun yung mga keywords ng mga
na
narcissists.
makakabigay sa inyan.
Oo, ako lang, puro sila. Yan yung mga, pag narinig nyo, takbo na kayo. Malayo. Huwag kayo papakita ever.
Yeah, true. Alright, so to wrap up with this conversation, I know there's a lot of, sobrang dami talaga, hindi ko matapos si Miss
Nga
Kim.
haba nito.
What do you wanna, to end this episode, what do you wanna tell everyone who's going through these situation, and how can you inspire them that there's more for them?
hirap. Sa totoo lang. Yun talaga yung, alam mo yung unang papasok talaga sa, sorry
Yeah, wala.
Kuya, mamaya ka na mag-deliver. Podcast pa kami.
Dami kasing
Deliver. Sa kabila din eh.
Hindi man.
Padamihan kami dyan. Sorry. Maganda.
Yun, ganda.
Wala eh, trust yourself. In this battle, it's really instinct.
There's no
I
winning
cannot,
battle.
wala eh. I cannot say anything more or anything less. Trust your instinct. Kasi, para siyang magnanakaw. Pag di ba, nakikipag-negotiate ka sa labas ng bahay. You're negotiating outside your house and there's a stranger. But once you let them in, that's it. So once they're still outside, there's that instinct to ask them all these questions. So it's like that concept of having a stranger in your house or welcoming a stranger in your house. But before you actually let them in, is you ask all these questions because it's giving you that, wait, I don't know you. Why are you here? Or, you know, it's the same with a narc. There's this instinct that's in you that there's something wrong.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh, maybe it's just this, or maybe it's gonna change, blah 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 blah. Next thing you know, you're sucked in.
Yeah.
That is the only thing that you don't want. That is the thing that you don't want to happen.
And that's a losing battle. A losing battle. Yeah.
No, it's legit. So, trust your instinct.
I love it. And run. Run lang talaga. Takbo.
Oh, once you trusted your instinct, run fast. Join a run club or, you know, marathon. Going
that
to
helps.
if that
Yeah.
helps.
Outsource it to something else para pag alam na, okay, kaya ko tumakbo ito, kaya ko din to tatakbo.
As in,
yeah.
no contact. Take out everything.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna keep
Yeah.
running after you because they did not take you eh.
That's true. Listen to that.
As in, lalaban ka nila.
Yeah. So,
Kasi meron concept na bakit di ko to nakuha.
correct. And they like the chase.
Be very afraid, charot.
Anyway, yeah, that's a very insightful
it's,
conversation. I know a lot of people have learned from this one. And I know there are a lot of reflection as well to most people. And you're not alone. Again, you're not alone. So anyway, Miss Chin, before we end, I want to say thank you for sharing your gifts. Aside sa ang dami-dami mong gift, this part, I guess, they didn't know or, you know, nagdaanan
First
na.
time ko atang interview na about relationship and about narcissism.
Dealing with, yeah. So yeah, you'll find her more inspiring interviews and some interviews where this one is very, very
Yeah, this is
heartfelt.
the first interview about this behavior.
It's a very good. I'm really honored for you to share your part of the story. I know there's
Relatable.
more. Yeah, I know there's more, pero
Yeah,
like this one is really gonna help a lot of people as well. Anyway, before we end, Miss Jean, where can they find you? How can they contact you if you have any events and whatnot?
Ano ba yun? Instagram, yeah, you can find me in my Instagram account. It's at Miss Chinie. TikTok at Hey Mom Chinie. I'll be in Toronto if you want to see me. I'm just there. And I'm excited to work with Lib.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Yes.
Let's advocate for self-love.
Yes.
So more healed people, more healing people, more ano yun? Healed people, heal people.
Yeah. And I'm excited as well to work with Miss Chin. I really believe that it's like a times pa ng the more I work on myself, the more people get to work with me too because we become permission pieces as we light our own light. So I'm really honored to have you on today's episode. And I'm excited for more. Hindi to ang ending.
Yeah,
Madami pa.
meron pa tayo.
Yay! Thank you. Bye!